Hi campers, Gary here from inflatabletents.online.co.uk. Just a very quick video of the new Outwell Windstorm electric pump for inflating the Outwell tents. We thought we'd give it a go on some of the other tents. We tried it on a Vango tent, and although it did inflate the tubes right up to, you know, really firm sort of PSI, the pump wouldn't actually switch off, which is what it's supposed to do, and that's because obviously it is an Outwell pump, and the fitting on the end, which we took off the hand pump from the Vango tent, wouldn't actually seal quite rightly, quite perfectly on the tube, so it would never get up to that full pressure. So on the Kampa tents, we're hoping it'll be different, because the Kampa tents have the same sort of valve as the Outwell tents, which you'll find another video where we blew up the Outwell Hornet. So getting back to the pump, I say this is the Outwell Windstorm 12 volt pump. Now this pump has a 6 meter lead and plugs straight into your car cigarette's 12 volt type socket. The pump itself pumps up to 67 psi, and literally you press the button and wait for it to switch off when it gets to the correct pressure. At the end of the tube are multiple sort of fittings. Let's undo that. There we go, so multiple fittings there. And on the Outwell tents and the Kampa tents, we need this one. So we'll put that in, and that will go into the valve there. Okay, let's get that tightened up. Okay, so this is all done one-handed, so I shall push that into the valve. Okay, so that's now pushed in there, and the 12 volt plug. Now, as we haven't got a car here on our tent display, I'm just using a sort of small car battery type of thing, and with an adapter which you can sort of buy in various car motor factor places. That's just crocodile clips straight onto there. You wouldn't normally need to do this, you would just put it straight into your car. So there we go, that's just pushed in there and connected, and as I say, that is connected in there. So I'm just going to press the on button. So I did that at 3 minutes 10, something like that, 3 minutes 10. Now I did squash all the excess air out of that front beam. This is on the Kampa Bergen 6 tent, really popular tent by the way. But yes, I did squash all the air out of that tube, didn't just sort of leave it half inflated. I have no idea, 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes, who knows. Let's see how long it's going to take to inflate that tube and then switch off. And to say, that pump should switch off when it gets to the correct PSI. Now, where that pump pushes into the valve, sometimes you might need to hold that in there. I find it's a really strange thing. If you slightly wet the end of the tube where it pushes into the valve, oh, there we go, that's popped up, you tend to find it grips better for some reason. So I'm going to go and have a little squeeze of the tube. So that was about a minute, and that got it not quite solid enough, but it got the tent up into position, that's for sure, and it's firming up pretty quickly. I think probably about 2 minutes this will be for that tube, which yes, you can do it a lot quicker by hand, but if you have oh, there we go, and that was 4 minutes 45, so what, about 1.5 minutes? My maths is right, something like that. So yes, you can do it probably quicker by hand, but you know, the ease of doing it that's fine. So we now know the Outwell Windstorm 12 volt pump is fine for the Kampa tents, and the pressure, as I say, on the pump's instructions says 6 psi, but that's about where we want it. 6 to 7 I would say, but that's certainly as firm as you would want those tubes anyway. So yeah, really pleased with that. That seems to work absolutely fine with the Kampa tents. So that's Gary from inflatabletensonline.co.uk. Cheers.